Hey, Absol-lites, I'm still sick, but I don't want to miss videos 2 weeks in a row, so instead, I'm just gonna be chatting with y'all about Pokemon, basically just whatever comes to mind. I'm still in my PJs, I have a mug of tea with me, and we're just gonna chill. Hey, slightly less sick Absol here, coming in while editing, just to let you know, I did have some bullet points sketched out, so if I mention those, yeah, that was a thing, but it was still mostly just ad-libbed. Alright, so my first point is the story of why I love Absol. Okay, so that's actually pretty interesting. So, the reason I love Absol so much, it's my favorite Pokemon, you all know this, I based my character on it. I am literally an Absol hybrid in the lore. Sorry, I was just watching the Dream SMP. But, yeah, the reason I love Absol so much is, well, there are a few reasons. The main one is, before I ever played the games, before I ever played the video games, I had watched the Pokemon anime, every episode of Indigo League, and every episode of the Kalos anime, Gods of Egypt. Why did I put myself through that? And yeah, I had watched that stuff, and I freaking loved it. And I had also dabbled in the TCG, as I said. And one of the first Pokemon cards I ever got after I bought a simple starter deck was a friend of mine gave me this freaking sick Mega Absol card that you can see on screen right now. So that was awesome, and that's definitely a large part of why I love Absol. But also, there's this game I loved, a fan game, Pokemon Brick Bronze. I made a video on it months ago. Don't watch it, but I do recommend that you try and find someone's Let's Play of Pokemon Brick Bronze. Dan TDM has a really good Let's Play of it, but he never finished it. Think Noodles also has a good Let's Play, but it's really long because he mixed in all of his streams of just, like, shiny hunting and stuff into the regular series, so it's hard to tell what you actually need to watch, and it's like 100 episodes long. But yeah, in that game, there was this amazing point where an Absol that you had met earlier in the game teams up with you to fight the evil team leader, and you Mega Evolve him, and I think it's supposed to be at least your first time Mega Evolving on that playthrough, and it was so freaking cool when I played that for the first time. But, yeah. Alright, so those two things are basically the story of why I love Absol, and that's pretty much all it boils down to. What's next? Okay. The next one is my experience getting started with Pokemon, and that's also actually pretty interesting, because I started with Gen 3. I think I've mentioned that before, but you may be confused because I'm mentioning fan games, which are a pretty recent concept, and also I mentioned watching the Kalos anime when I was a kid. Yeah, so funny story. I started with Pokemon Sapphire. Not because that's what was new, but because I love, and have pretty much always loved, retro gaming. My mom was, like, on a youth trip or something, because she's a pastor and was doing stuff with the youth group, and and one of the things they were doing was helping out at a thrift store, and they found a GBA SP, and she knew that I love retro gaming, so she bought it for me, and then the only thing it had was some GTA game, I think, but yeah, that was the only game it had when I first got it, so as soon as I had a charger for the thing, I went out to DK Oldies, a really good site for finding retro stuff, and I bought a copy of Pokemon Sapphire version, and I played the heck out of that thing. I literally have a playthrough of it I don't even remember most of my team for, because I reset almost immediately, because I loved the game so much that I just played so much of it that I reset almost immediately so I could play the game again with a Blaziken instead of a Swampert. I loved that game. But yeah, so I started with Gen 3, but not because it was new. But that also leads into the fact that I basically started, essentially, with Gen 8, because I didn't have a 3DS, so I completely missed out on the 3DS era Pokemon games. I never played Gen 6, and I never played Gen 7. I essentially started with Let's Go, and then really started with Sword and Shield. So, there's some really weird stuff from that. Like, there are so many Pokemon that I just automatically associate with Gen 8, because that was where I first saw them. Like, Golurk. It's a frickin' awesome Pokemon. I desperately want to use it on a playthrough at some point, and it's from Gen 5, but my strongest memory of it is from, in Gen 8, seeing one in the wild area, charging toward me, faster than that thing should be able to move, levitating, getting me into a battle with it, and after it got me into a battle, is completely decimating my entire team, because I hadn't battled the second gym yet, and the thing was like level 60. But yeah, Pokemon like that, I associate with Gen 8, because that's where I first saw them, even though they're actually from some other game. Okay, what's my next point? Smaller Poketubers and streamers that I think deserve more love. Okay, I have a lot. But, alright, to start with, Little Miss Houndoom. She's a Poketuber and a variety streamer over at twitch.tv/LittleMissHoundoom. She is so freaking funny. It is unreal. I do not understand how she does it, but yeah, and her community is also so nice and so much fun. Please, check her out. She is so good. Also, Sapphic Slowducks. They're a pair of Pokemon streamers. They mostly do shiny hunting stuff, and those two girls, Kate and Abby, they're an adorable couple. Please, just check them out. They are so much fun. Axis Gaming. She doesn't do Pokemon stuff, but she does a lot of other stuff, like Minecraft. She is currently working her way through an Undertale. Am I allowed to say that? She's currently working her way through an Undertale all kills run. Am I even allowed to say that? She's currently working her way through an Undertale the bad person run. But yeah, she is so nice. Most of her community has really bad home lives, so at this point she just adopts any new minor that enters her community and just becomes their new mom. She's really sweet. Alright, so I think that about wraps it up for smaller creators. Also, I've been recording for a little while. I don't want this video to go on too long, so I'm just gonna look to my last bullet point. It's Pokemon's not the only thing in my life? What does that even mean? I wrote this when I woke up. I feel like I wasn't fully awake yet. But yeah, Pokemon's not the only thing in my life. I do like other stuff. Like, I really like Minecraft. I do actually have friends. How surprising. Also, just a quick thing. If I ever just randomly go dead on content for a while, it's probably either because I'm sick or because school is getting in the way. I try to stay consistent despite school, but sometimes I just can't. SOL season is rough. But yeah, that about wraps it up. So, thank you so much for watching. Hardly anyone's gonna get to this point in the video. So, if you have, write Walmart Muffin Squad in the comments to totally confuse everyone else. Peace out, thanks for watching, you're the best, you do you.